What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Guap Don. I'm back at y'all with another reaction video. Hey man, we got why is it almost impossible to kill the president of the United States? And man, you know how much Secret Service and stuff like that protecting the president, bruh? Ain't nobody touching our president. That's dead no matter who in office, whether you like them or not. They can't be touched. I promise you that. But let's get into it.
A shooter is taking aim at the President of the United States. For the Secret Service, it's their worst-case scenario, the nightmare they've trained for years.
Constantly.
In the next few seconds, each branch of the Secret Service springs into action. The protective detail, the counter-assault team, the airspace security branch, the counter-snipers, and the emergency response team.
Look
What
at all
happens
these
next
different forces,
will
and y'all
decide
think
the
the
course of
president gonna get
history.
touched, bro? Come on now.
If the Secret Service succeeds, today will be forgotten soon enough. Keeping the president alive is just business as usual. The job the agency has successfully done every day since the death of JFK.
Damn, rest in peace.
But if they
man.
fail, it will rock the nation to its very core
Ain't nobody
and
supposed to die the
threaten the
way he did.
stability of
That's
America's
crazy.
democracy. This is the moment that determines everything, when instinct, training, and sacrifice have to come together, or else.
And y'all, I also want y'all to realize, man, I don't mean to pause it, but I also want y'all to realize, you know how hard it is to kill a president? Do y'all really, I don't think people be really understanding how hard it genuinely is to kill a president. This ain't no you run up on your op and you're, you know what I'm saying? You just light them up. This ain't that, bro. You gotta actually put in some work to kill a president, dog.
People protecting the president.
That's years of
How do
planning.
they prepare for the unthinkable? How does the Secret Service actually work?
And shouldn't nobody want to do that anyway.
This video is largely based on the books Zero Fail, The Rise and Fall of the Secret Service by Carol Leonnig, and
Okay.
In the President's Secret Service by Ronald Kessler. Links in the description. Fort Worth, Texas, 1963. The Secret Service is exhausted. JFK is their toughest assignment yet. He's constantly traveling. Miami one day, DC the next.
That boy
His
was on the move.
predecessors were older and spent most of their days working inside the White House, where the president is considered to be the safest. But JFK loves to travel the world and attend to his many adoring fans.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Did y'all know the White House got multiple different defense systems, gang? Let me inform y'all on something. The White House has turrets on top. So any missiles, planes, or any like that, they even get too close to the White House is going off. Machine gunners, snipers. Man, for all we know, it's stuff that probably pop up out the ground if a plane or something like that fly over it, bro. It ain't no joke. It ain't no, you know how much history is in the White House? Come on, y'all.
And he has a taste for danger. Sneaking past his agents to swim in
America
open
ain't one of
water,
them ones,
where
yo.
he's swarmed by dozens of other swimmers. Throwing himself into crowds. Letting all kinds of unvetted guests into his room, night after night. Keeping up with JFK is more than a full-time job. It's a blur of double shifts and all-nighters.
Yeah, because you got to match his
So
lifestyle.
tonight, a few agents are blowing off some steam. They heard about a famously shady nightclub called The Cellar, where Texan beatniks rubbed shoulders with off-duty cops, often resulting in brawls. It's illegal to serve alcohol past midnight, but The Cellar is one place you're sure to get a stiff drink at any hour. And the agents stay way past midnight, one as late as 5 a.m.
They over there
4
getting
of them
fried.
are assigned to protect Kennedy the next morning, starting at 8 o'clock sharp.
Wow.
Compared to today's Secret Service, the agency protecting President Kennedy in the 60s is bare bones.
Imagine the person that you put in your life in their hands, and they decide to go get like stonewall drunk. Stonewall drunk. I'm talking about piss drunk. And that's the person you got to trust with your life the next day and the next morning. And imagine that being the day that you lose your life, bruh. Oh my gosh. This is crazy.
The size of a municipal police force. There are just 350 agents, most of them spread throughout the U.S. Only 36 are assigned to the White House, with a rotating team of 6 guarding the president.
I did not know that. I
Keeping
thought all
the
the
agency
Secret Service
lean
members
is
just
partly
with the
due to an
president.
American aversion to treating its presidents like kings, going back to the Founding Fathers. People felt that the Secret Service shouldn't be anything like a royal guard. Until that cool November morning in Dallas.
And this AI is crazy.
JFK likes to be seen. For this trip through Dallas, he's insisted on riding
animated
around in
this
a
kid. Good
convertible.
job.
And though the Secret Service doesn't like it, he also insists that his usual bodyguards ride in separate cars. He wants to appear
Bro, it would be people up
accessible
in
to
the
people.
buildings with snipers analyzing stuff.
In downtown Dallas.
Like, it's so much that go on behind the scenes that y'all don't know, that I don't know.
JFK and Jackie smile and wave
Microphones,
as their limousine inches through
wiretaps,
Dallas at
all
just
that.
11 miles an hour. It's following a route that Dallas newspapers published in advance. None of the buildings on the route have been inspected. This is Clint Hill, the agent assigned to protect Jackie Kennedy. Normally, he's stuck to her like a shadow, but today he's following JFK's orders to give the couple a little space. Of the
On the day that he asked for a little space is the day that that man passed away, bro. Dang. One little sudden change that you make in your system, almost like how the drug cartel is, like them cartel kingpins. If you notice, they mostly get caught up because of one little change that they do in a program that they done stuck to for years. For years, Guap family. Y'all gotta understand, bro. It's people in this world that's waiting for you to slip up one time. One time. And when it finally happens, that could cost your life.
agents who went to the cellar last night, Hill was the first to leave at 2:45 a.m. Today, he's also the first agent on duty to recognize this sound for what it is. An attempt
Ooh.
on the president's life. This is Bill Greer, the agent driving Kennedy's limo. He's not trained in evasive driving. He slows down, waiting for instructions on
He
what to
slowed
do
down?
next. Another shot is fired. Clint
You
rushes
supposed to
out
just
of the
keep
car.
driving.
He runs to the
Swerve.
limousine, hoping to be at the president's side before worse can happen. But he's too late. Clint throws himself on the trunk of the car, only to find a gruesome aftermath. Within 6 seconds of the first shot, President Kennedy is dead.
Damn.
If I had
He tried, bro.
reacted just a little bit quicker, and I could have, I guess.
You can't put that on yourself, bro.
And I'll live with that to my grave.
You can't put that on yourself, dude.
What happens next is history, and it will haunt the agency
Some things
for
you just
years
can't
to
prevent,
come.
dog. That's
President
sad.
Kennedy's death revealed that something needed to change. But he wasn't the first president to be killed in office. 1865, 1881, 1901. But now the United States is a global superpower. The president is the most powerful person on earth. The threats to his life are multiplying and evolving. And Kennedy's death traumatized the nation profoundly.
This is crazy.
Nothing like this should ever happen again. In the 60s and 70s, the Secret Service massively expands its personnel and budget. No longer will it be a small cadre of glorified bodyguards. Gone are the days when the service will hire any athletic ex-Marine or patriotic beat cop. Recruitment
It's crazy because at my old school, we had a Secret Service woman that was there, and she was there to recruit people. Like, to recruit people to join the Secret Service if anybody wanted to join, no lie. So, like, trying to join is easier than you think. I mean, of course, they run your background. Best believe your house is wiretapped if you within that 32 Secret Service members that's working with the president and stuff like that. Best believe your stuff is wiretapped, bro. You don't have no privacy. You might have an illusion of privacy, but best believe you don't have any type of privacy, bro, at all. All your stuff is tapped all the way down to your TV. Go watch that video about the CIA when they was talking about sometimes they flip the speakers on people's TVs and use them as microphones. That way they can hear what you're saying as long as you got your TV plugged up. So imagine that with the Secret Service times 20.
and operational protocols become way more rigorous. And this is what 6 decades of evolution looks like. Protecting a president isn't just about reflexes or muscle. It's about training agents to think clearly under pressure, spot patterns, and solve complex problems fast. The good news is, you don't need to join the Secret Service to sharpen those same skills.
Nope.
When come along, every split second counts, and the agent's response better be automatic. There's no time to weigh options. Their mission is zero fail. The Secret Service calls any would-be assassin a jackal, according to journalist Ronald Kessler.
Okay.
Jackals tend to strike outside of the White House. A president is most vulnerable when arriving at or leaving an event, so the agents are currently on high alert.
So that's when they don't have no
At
protection, no
least 10
armor
days before
vehicles,
any
anything
external
like that.
event,
It's just their
agents
bodies and
head to the
people around them.
destination. Some high-profile events, like the president's inauguration, take up to a year and a half. That's because the Secret Service isn't just about making sure a bullet doesn't hit the
A
president.
year and a half just to
It's
plan
about
for
making
inauguration.
sure it never enters the event to begin
That
with.
is crazy.
Agents are sent in advance to assess the number of metal detectors needed, scrutinize all access points, and prepare explosive detection. Mainly, they're thinking of the
This
ways
is
a jackal could
crazy, y'all.
sabotage the event. Could he cut the lights to create chaos? Could he access the air conditioning units to introduce poison gas? Could he sneak in through a forgotten basement
Look
staircase?
how many steps they gotta go through. Like, I don't. This type of stuff interests me, yo. They gotta go through every single process possible to make sure that the president is safe. They gotta go all the way down to, can a wire be cut for the lights to go out? What things could get through, and two, where we going and where the president is at? What's the explosive range? Everything like that. What's underground? What could be tapped? Dog. Y'all think the president could be touched now? You know how hard it is to do a crime now? Trying to touch the president now? Okay.
The bulk of Secret Service work is meticulous, detail-oriented preparation, making sure they're ready for days like this. These special agents are the protective detail, probably what you think of first when you hear the name Secret Service. They're the agents expected to take a bullet for the person they're protecting, and then evacuate them to safety.
Damn.
But they're just the tip of the iceberg. There's the counter-assault team. They're the heavily armed agents with the most dangerous role.
I could
They're
do
meant to
something like
charge
that.
at the source of the attack and neutralize
So is that
it
Shaka
before
Wall?
it can reach the person they're protecting.
Where they
With
at?
an automatic rifle or with a flashbang grenade. Then the protective detail can evacuate the protectee to the presidential limousine, known as the Beast. The Beast is a $1.5 million car weighing about 20,000
Bro,
pounds. It
Obama
takes
used to
the
ride in that
president
thing
wherever he needs
every
to go.
day, almost
It's
like.
American-made, of course, and quite a bit safer than Kennedy's convertible. According to NBC News, it's bulletproof, blast-resistant, sealed off from chemical attacks, and stocked with a supply of extra blood.
So I'm not sure if you're gonna say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. The Beast gets retired, I believe, after every president or something like that, or after a certain amount of years, it gets retired and destroyed. Not put in no museum or no. It has way too much information for that. It gets completely destroyed. All of the technology, all of that gets removed and gets completely destroyed. And you see that company Cadillac, that is specially made for the U.S. government. Every size, every dimension, every compartment, the weight of the tires, the rims, everything. I watched the whole video. I believe it was like Garage Boys or something like that. It's with the guy that was in Top Gear. I forgot his name. But they got like a whole little channel where they be reviewing cars. And the Beast was one of the cars that was brung on, and they went into real deep detail with it. But it gets completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. Everything.
The president's type. Not all of its defense systems are known to the public.
And it could take a
The
couple
rumor has it
bombs.
It shoots tear gas. Flanking the Beast is the rest of the presidential motorcade. Counter-assault agents trained in motorcade ambush tactics travel in a car close to the Beast. Another Secret Service car carries intelligence agents who are tracking people considered threats.
Bro,
If
I would do
necessary,
something like this.
They can
but
jam
this-
these people's communications.
That adrenaline, bro, I live for that.
After this, you should definitely check out this fantastic episode by our friend Neo for a full explanation.
Hi, my name is Mr. Miller.
The counter-sniper team, the best marksman in the Secret Service. According to Ronald Kessler, Every month, counter snipers have to demonstrate they can still make shots 1,000 yards away.
1,000?
If they fail, they're not supposed to work.
Chris Kyle, I don't even think
Here
shot that
are
far. I don't think
plainclothes
so.
agents who mingle
I know
with
they say he
crowds
shot
on
between
high alert
4
for
football
threats and
fields.
vulnerabilities. To blend in, they don't wear the trademark
1,000
earpiece.
fucking
They're looking
yards.
for anyone suspicious, anyone sweaty, anyone shifty-eyed, anyone who stands out in any way. But it's a delicate operation, best handled discreetly.
Wow, look who it is.
Lots of people get starstruck by a president, and they tend to act a little weird. It's not unheard of for people to weep, faint, or even throw their babies in the air. And the Secret Service can't go around tackling them all.
Nah, you can't.
Agents in the crowd are also trained
Everybody
to
got a
think
different
like
reaction when they
assassins.
see a celebrity,
In any given
let alone
space,
a U.S.
how would they
president.
breach security if they wanted to? If they detect any vulnerability, they call the Joint Ops Center at Secret Service headquarters, who alert the protective detail by earpiece. Some Secret Service technicians are also photographing the crowds to evaluate them later with facial recognition technology.
Damn.
They're looking out for whether particular individuals keep showing up.
I know my face was on the match for something. Man, there's many like U.S. president things that I done attended or just events and stuff like that. So where the president was there, even when I even went to a University of Maryland basketball game and the president was there, I already know they analyzed the crowd, backgrounds. AI wasn't as popular back then, so they probably wasn't like doing it via AI, but best believe they was analyzing, bro. You know they got my face laying around somewhere. Especially if you
Outside
live in the
venue,
DMV,
we
bro.
have
Your
the
face on there.
Uniformed Division's Emergency Response Team, the first line of defense, often armed with P-90 submachine guns and highly specialized canines. Each dog sniffs up to 100 cars a day for explosives and is trained to attack any intruders. Later, they're rewarded for their service with ball play. The Secret
It's like
Service
the
is also
Thanos
supported by
of
local law
assault
enforcement
teams.
and emergency medical technicians.
Jeez.
When they're not actively protecting anyone, Secret Service agents are constantly training and reassessing past events. Agents receive way more training than they did in the 60s, when they were just handed a manual and expected to learn the rest on the job. And a split second from now, it'll be time to show their stuff. Just like in 1981.
Chapter 3. Protocols born out of blood.
Back then, a mentally ill man named John Hinckley Jr. became obsessed with and stalked the actress Jodie Foster, who starred
Okay.
in Taxi Driver.
He's a weirdo.
In the movie, an aimless drifter plots to kill a presidential candidate. Hinckley, an aimless drifter himself, believed that Foster would notice him if he did something really great, like kill the president.
What?
Just before his attack on Reagan, he wrote to Foster, "You'll be proud of me, Jodie. Millions of Americans will love me. Us." Foster didn't alert the FBI to Hinckley's threats until after the fact.
The first time I knew that the FBI was involved was when somebody called me up and said, please come over and talk to the FBI.
But he was already on their radar.
Yo.
About 6 months before he attacked Reagan, Hinckley had been arrested for attempting to board a plane with 3 pistols. The plane was
Oh, man, lock him up, bro.
His ass up.
He was already one of them ones, gang. Let's be 100. He was already one of them ones. So, bro, no. If we out here profiling, you know what I'm saying, those people, you know what I'm saying, after the 9/11, if we out here profiling those people, we have every right to profile U.S. Americans too, man. Let's be 100. Let's be 100. We have every right to do the same thing. He should have been locked up for that. Locked up for a good little while too, trying to move guns via U.S. Aircraft. Yeah, nah. That is crazy.
city where then President Jimmy Carter
That
just
is
so
all the way
happens
crazy.
to be. Now, Hinckley is outside a hotel in D.C., crouched in combat position. If indeed he had wanted to kill Carter, he wasn't able to get him. But Reagan will do. Reagan is just 6 feet from his armored car when Hinckley fires his rounds.
Ooh! Oh, I know about
Agent
this.
Tim McCarthy doesn't even stop to think. Instinct propels him to cover and evacuate. He hurls himself.
So that's where this came from, yo. As y'all see, I'm not old, so I don't know about everything that happened back then in y'all times. If I got a lot of older people that watch me, I watch my stats, but man, I didn't know that's where this came from. This was a real, true event. Dang, and I already know some people gonna be in the comments. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Shut up, nigga. Y'all get on my
front of
nerves.
the president. Two others nearby have already been shot. Hinckley's third bullet hits McCarthy squarely in the torso.
Dang.
One bullet ricochets off the bulletproof limousine and strikes Reagan in the left armpit.
Ooh.
Unluckily for him, Hinckley has used Devastator bullets, designed
Mean
to
it spreads?
explode on impact and cause
I
maximum
know my
damage.
weapons.
The president starts losing blood quickly. All this happens in 2 seconds, and the seconds after that counted even more. If Reagan had arrived at the hospital just a few minutes later, he might not have made it.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the agents
All of this to
pounced
show
on
off
Hinckley.
for a female.
They could have left that to local police.
Weirdo.
Who traveled behind Reagan to continue
Fucking
offering him
weirdo,
protection.
dog.
Their thinking was that they didn't know whether Hinckley was acting alone. But after this event, according to Kessler, a new policy was established. Secret Service agents always stick to the president. Every misstep becomes a teachable moment that advances security protocols for later. Hinckley's failed assassination is considered one of the Secret Service's great successes. But it was a close call. A man with a gun was able to get just 4.5 meters from the president and very nearly kill him. Clearly,
That's in God's
security
hands that
protocols
he
needed
missed.
to be beefed up. It's now standard procedure to have magnetometers or metal detectors that screen crowds at events. Beyond that, the Secret Service found they needed way better intelligence. 6 months before the assassination attempt, Hinckley was arrested trying to board a plane with 3 handguns, information known to the FBI. But under DOJ guidelines, the arrest was deemed too minor and never relayed to the Secret Service.
Bro.
In hindsight, that omission
He was trying to
deprived
move stuff via
presidential
US
protectors
aircraft.
of a
How was
major
that-
red flag.
What?
A prior weapons arrest timed to coincide with a presidential visit. The Secret Service
Then it was from Nashville to New York. Come on, man. Y'all should have been watching this weirdo.
now works more closely with the FBI. They've also developed an elaborate system for classifying just how threatening an aggrieved person is. Say you make the mistake of drunkenly boasting to a crowded bar that you're gonna kill the president. If the Secret Service
That's
catches
class
wind of
one.
it, according to Kessler, you might be considered a Class 1 threat, and an agent could show up at your house for a serious chat.
Oh,
But unless
shit.
you have prior military training, a documented history of mental illness, or a concrete reason for the service to believe you might try to carry out your plans, you won't be bumped up to Class 2 or
Wow. So if you
Class
got
3
prior
threats are
military
considered
experience
the
and you say
most
something like
dangerous.
this, bro,
Those
they
with a serious intent
watching
to
you
kill
for a good
and
little
the
minute.
ability to do so. They're monitored
Dang.
very closely. The Secret Service receives an average of 10 threats per day. Most are against the president. Not all can be taken seriously. Many threats are mailed directly to the White House. Would-be assassins
Why would y'all mail a letter saying you're going to kill the president to the White House? I very, 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 very hope that you're not dumb enough to write it in ink. They going to trace where the ink came from, what store it came from, what type of ink it is, what pen it was, who handwriting it is. They going to go back, and once they like actually think they found the person, they going to go ahead and analyze that person's handwriting, their signatures. It's really that deep. If you do this, you are crazy. You better off just calling.
seem to think that the president will read their letter personally, and they want to be heard. A letter can give the Secret Service's forensic division a lot to work with. DNA, fingerprints, and ink samples they can compare with the ones in their international ink library. Since the early 80s,
I study this
profilers
too
have
much,
interviewed
y'all. I
and
promise
studied
y'all don't
assassins
pre-watch
like
videos,
Hinckley
bro.
and Sirhan
I promise
Sirhan,
y'all
who
don't.
killed Robert Kennedy. This helps the Secret
I'm just
Service
interested in
understand
stuff
the
like this.
motivations of these individuals, who are often paranoid loners seeking attention and notoriety. Often, but not always. The first bullet narrowly misses the president.
Woo!
A counter sniper tries to take the assassin out, but has
Pow!
already vanished into the chaos.
Damn. They gonna hunt him
Protective
down.
detail pounces on
Watch,
the
they
president,
gonna hunt him
forming
down.
a human wall. Another shot is fired, this time from the crowd. Is that gun made of white plastic? A bullet
Ghost
grazes
gun.
the shoulder of an agent in the detail. The counter-assault team heads straight
This
for the
is
line of fire.
crazy.
Meanwhile, the remaining detail escorts the president off the podium, hoping they reach the beast in time, and that the real threat isn't
Imagine all
overhead.
that adrenaline.
The threat
My
that
bad.
the
Imagine all that
service has braced
adrenaline
itself
pumping
for
through your
since
chest.
the morning of September 11,
You could get shot. The
2001.
president can get shot even worse.
President George W. Bush is in Florida for the morning. He's joined a second grade class for their
You know how
reading
you
lesson.
moving on Call
He'll
of
be back
Duty?
in the White House.
You know how you walking on Call of Duty? You just with your gun looking everywhere because it's first person view. Just imagine that, but you actually really just got shot at, and you got to protect somebody else's life and yours to make it back home to your family. Imagine.
Lunchtime. The event has been publicized for a week. It's a feel-good photo op to celebrate Bush's commitment to education. The Secret Service is well aware that the world can see exactly where the president is. When the first plane hits the World Trade Center, an agent in Bush's security detail receives intelligence.
That's when they
He
whispered it
asks
to
if
him
the
in his
attack
ear.
is isolated to New York and if the president's security is compromised. No answer. Nobody knows. Minutes pass. The Secret Service grows more agitated.
Both Twin Towers now are on fire. Now, this was
The second plane hits, and Bush is informed that America is under attack.
On page 153.
Watch how his face changed. Look, that's the infamous picture right there when it was told to him. Look at how big his eyeballs got. Look how big his pupils just dilated after being told that news. Look at that. If you don't know, I want you to go look in the mirror and look at your pupils. Just look like a small tiny dot. Look at his. Look at his, bro. That's fear, terror, and anger. All mixed in one.
Tension between the White House and the Secret Service has reached a fever pitch. One team's job is to project a competent image of the president, which requires the president to
He was
engage with
pissed.
citizens. The other team's job is to
He was
keep
ready
the
to
president
crash out,
safe.
yo. For
The
real.
less he's seen in public, the easier that is to do. Nobody knows what to do. The Secret Service wants Bush out, now. But the White House press secretary doesn't want to scare the children or the public watching.
And I ain't gonna keep pausing. I just want to say this right quick. I don't know if y'all watched on Netflix. Please, if you didn't watch it, watch it. The documentary on how they killed Osama bin Laden. Watch that, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. Watch that. That was good right there. The President Bush, I believe that's his name. The President Bush, he literally said in one of their meetings when they was talking about killing Osama bin Laden, he said, I want his head. Bring me back his head. Then one of the guys there said they ain't never ever heard him speaking that type of way before, anything like that ever before. That's how much anger and passion was feeling through that man after hearing about 9/11.
So Bush stays put for 7 excruciating
I'm gonna
minutes.
try not to pause it too much, y'all. My bad. I know y'all trying to watch, bro.
The chaotic aftermath of that morning revealed more holes in the
Got a
Secret
Marine
Service's
there with him.
coverage. For one thing, not all important agents were briefed on how to adequately protect their assignments in case of a national emergency. There wasn't a system for getting them to military-controlled shelters, nor were the agents granted the power to do so. Instead, they were treated like mere bodyguards, elite ones, but still. They had to obey other staffers with no expertise in security, like the White House press secretary. The Secret Service had become really good at preventing attacks from crazed lone gunmen, but in the face of a sophisticated terrorist attack aimed at the
Hey,
president,
look at the
they needed a
Pentagon.
whole new playbook and more authority. After 9/11, the Secret Service rewrote its emergency action plans. It was made sure that no political staffer could overrule a Secret Service agent attempting to evacuate a president to safety. And the government decided that maybe, just maybe, the president's bodyguards should work closely with the people tracking terrorists. A year and a half after 9/11, the Secret Service was drafted into the new Department of Homeland Security. The protection mission was now understood as a form of counterterrorism. Shortly after the attack, the Secret Service established a new unit, the Airspace Security Branch, responsible for
Dang, all that
monitoring
happened
and
after
controlling
9/11?
the airspace of the president's current location.
Damn. It's a Secret
Would
Service in
today
the
be day
air.
they have to down a rogue drone?
Oh, y'all ain't doing nothing.
But the sky remains calm.
Dog.
The president makes it into the beast.
Dang.
And that's when he starts exhibiting strange symptoms.
Yo.
Tiny pupils, profuse sweating, wheezing, and convulsions. The nerve agent Novichok is a swift and brutal killer. It can take a
What?
victim down in less than 2 minutes.
What president got hit with
To
this?
kill or incapacitate a victim, a nerve agent needs to penetrate the skin or be ingested or inhaled, meaning that only someone in very close contact with the president could have administered it. Is there a third assassin among them? The Secret Service will deal with the holes in their security later. Now, the focus is on saving the president. That's where the Hazardous Agent Mitigation and Medical Emergency Response Team comes into play.
I seen one of these
Also
before,
known
bro.
as Hammer.
When Trump was moving through VA, he had a whole fleet with him. Just like almost like this. He had a whole fleet with him. And it was about 2 of these. I thought they was bomb units, like, you know what I'm saying, bomb vans. So these are the okay. I'm learning.
Today, Hammer agents will save the president's life. The first would-be assassin was sniffed out and tackled by the Canine Protective Unit as he attempted to escape the venue. He's now in jail, awaiting trial. The second
who did this
assassin with the
happen to?
3D printed gun was shot by the counter-assault team. He died on the spot. And the third, the guy in the Secret Service itself, a career agent who rose through the ranks to the president's personal security detail? It turns out he's a sleeper agent sent by a foreign nation that isn't yet clear which.
Can't
And they
trust
don't know how
nobody,
he infiltrated
bro.
the service. Recently, the agency has been strained, struggling to fill key positions. Could there have
And
been
they
a
said
lapse
sleeper
in their vetting
agents is
process?
the most active they ever
They'll
been
be
as
sure
of
to
right now.
interrogate him intensively to find out. Our story may be an unlikely scenario, but it's just one of many possibilities that the Secret Service prepares for every day. Threats to the president have only expanded in recent years, so the service is now trained to deal with previously unheard of attacks. The war on terror gave the Secret Service more power than ever. More budget, more reach, more respect, but also more responsibilities that stretched them beyond their capacities. Internally, the machinery started to rust. The Bush and Obama years saw waves of scandals that undermined the agency's reputation and their motto, worthy of trust and confidence. In one case, a senior agent reportedly took a female informant up to his hotel room. She died that night from a drug overdose.
What?
He was later promoted. Other agents were caught stealing federal funds.
I mean, but that's
having
1 out
sex
of
with
500
minors,
something
drunk
people, bro.
driving
Y'all
on
can't
White
put that
House
on the whole
grounds,
Secret Service.
becoming embroiled in prostitution scandals, engaging in racist hazing of black agents, brawling in bars. Plus, there were several near misses during Barack Obama's presidency.
Add a bomb-sniffing dog to the bag.
Obama received 4 times as many threats as previous presidents, largely
Because he's
motivated
a
by
black
racism.
president, bro.
Some commentators have said it's a miracle he's still alive. In the service, morale is often low and turnover is usually high. It's not easy to find qualified replacement agents. Not just anyone is willing to take a bullet for $48K a year. Plus, the job requires agents to
48K?
travel constantly.
48K for the Secret Service? I thought it was way more than that. They must be getting like military type of benefits then. I don't know. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Y'all doing this for 48K? Dang, what's that? That's like officer pay in the military, if I'm not mistaken. Dang. That's shocking. I gotta do some research on that.
Move frequently, and work huge amounts of unpaid overtime. It's common for agents to quit and find better pay and job conditions at other federal agencies, or start their own security firms. Still, since JFK, the Secret Service has done its job. No dead presidents since 1963.
Dang.
But there was one
Shout out to them for
particularly
that, bro.
close call.
Shout out to them for that,
Take a look what happened.
bro. Oh, I remember
In Butler,
this.
Pennsylvania, in 2024, Donald Trump was nearly assassinated
Trump was
as he was
almost
campaigning
gone.
for his second presidency. Check out our video that breaks down that event. People still wonder, how could an assassin get to an unguarded roof with a clear line of sight to Trump? It's widely considered a major failure of the Secret Service.
They said this is the quick setup for an event.
Depository.
Or something like that, they said.
I have lost sleep over that for the last 17 days,
Then
just like you
fire
have.
somebody
and
to
I will
hold
tell
them
you, Senator,
accountable.
6 agents were suspended, and the director stepped down. Just 2 months later, another attempted assassination of Trump rattled the service. And it's possible
That's
there
what I
have been
seen.
many
That
more
exact
incidents
truck.
of
I seen
nearly
something like that.
successful assassinations throughout U.S. history. We just didn't hear about them. Maybe that's the real secret of the service. All the times history almost changed, then didn't.
Hey, bro, shout out to the person who made this video right here, bro. Shout out to you. You get a like, and I'm about to subscribe when this video over with, bro. Shout out to you, dog. Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions down in the comment section, bro. This is crazy. Y'all expect to see a lot more content like this, even if it don't deal with politics and stuff like that, or just America. But these, I like watching videos like these like informative type videos, along with a couple other things, as you see. But yeah, Goo Out family, bro. Make sure y'all go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe on this video, bro. We on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm out. Peace.